Take my word for it. I live there. Come to Florida. Get pre-approved right now with my guy Michael Kotze. Call him at 561-441-2730. He's got Choice Mortgage and a great real estate team. Get pre-approved right now. Michael Kotze, 561-441-2730. Buy in Florida right now. Don't wait. Save money on state taxes. Make your move today with Choice Mortgage. Trust me, Florida is waiting. This guy's so good, he did my commercials in Florida too. Mike Kotze, 561-441-2730. A ride.
This episode is brought to you by Netflix. So Netflix is basically Santa this year. 2 NFL games on Christmas Day, streaming live. At 1 p.m. Eastern, it's Cowboys, Commanders. Then at 4:30, you've got Lions, Vikings. Midwest football, playoff stakes, and probably some snow. Watching holiday football is a tradition the whole family can enjoy. Open some gifts, grab some food, settle in, and watch NFL Live on Netflix this Christmas Day.
The Dominic Carter Show
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
800-848-9222. This hour, part 2 from last night. Why? Why the anti-Semitism? We ran out of time last night. I've set aside the hour for this issue for the most part. And frankly, I really want to do more listening than talking, so that maybe you folks can explain this situation to me. So yes, we have the horrible situation, if you will, that occurred in Australia, but right here in New York City, the last few days, police say they are investigating 2 caught-on-camera incidents, again, over a 2-day period, just this week. Unprovoked attacks on Jews. In one, 2 Jewish men were attacked on a number 3 train. Video shows one man grabbing one of them by his neck. In the second, a Jewish man is stabbed in the chest in Crown Heights, Brooklyn. But first, President Trump telling America in a speech tonight that he's fixing Biden's mess in a chart-filled primetime address.
Good evening, America. 11 months ago, I inherited a mess, and I'm fixing it. When I took office, inflation was the worst in 48 years, and some would say in the history of our country, which caused prices to be higher than ever before, making life unaffordable for millions and millions of Americans. This happened during a Democrat administration, and it's when we first began hearing the word affordability. Our border was open, and because of this, our country was being invaded by an army of 25 million people, many who came from prisons and jails, mental institutions, and insane asylums.
The president, in his address tonight, vowing that 2026 will be the year that things actually turn around. I say that he's going to get the job done. I really believe so. 800-848-9222. Police are investigating, the NYPD, the topic of anti-Semitism. Not 1, but 2 caught-on-camera incidents over a 2-day period where Jews have been attacked. And the attacker, each instance, happened to be African-American males. So let's start with case number 1. From WCBS TV, a man in Crown Heights, Brooklyn, stabbed literally in the chest.
Tonight we're hearing from a Brooklyn man who was stabbed in the chest during what police call an anti-Semitic attack. Police are still looking for that suspect. Dave Carlin has this story from Crown Heights.
Yeah, I was stabbed in the chest, but it's all good. 35-year-old Elias Rosner recovering after police say an argument outside a synagogue at the corner of Kingston Avenue and Lincoln Place grew heated, as seen in this cell phone video. Rosner is the one in the green hat seen fighting off the stranger who allegedly went from ranting to violent, then stabbing him. The suspect, who got away on foot, is identified by police as this man, captured on security cameras. Rosner was left bleeding from his chest and in shock. Why he considers himself very lucky, the knife went in right above his heart.
You know, it's the reason why you do 100 push-ups a day, right?
The case is classified by NYPD as a hate crime, with police saying the suspect made repeated anti-Jewish statements.
I appreciate the NYPD for all the hard work they're doing, and I look forward to spending the rest of the holiday with my family.
So I can't believe that happened right here. If, like, something has to change. Something needs to be done. The mayor or something. We need more security, more police effort to patrol.
This man, who asked we not identify him, says he saw the crime happen.
When that happened, everybody looked around and there was like a bunch of people running on the other side. And the guy who was stabbed, for like a couple of seconds, even he didn't believe that he was stabbed.
Rosner is home, feeling very tired, and hoping his attacker is found soon. In Crown Heights, Dave Carlin, CBS News, New York.
Why the anti-Semitism? I want to do more listening than talking this hour. The second incident, 2 Jewish men minding their business on the number 3 train in New York City, viciously attacked, one grabbed by the neck.
Police are investigating a possible hate crime against 2 Jewish men on the subway. This is cell phone video of the incident on Monday on a southbound 3 train as it was approaching the Nostrand Avenue station in Brooklyn. Police say there was a verbal dispute and 2 men grabbed the victims by their jackets and made verbal threats, but no one was hurt.
Unfortunately, they were attacked on the subway just for who they are, as identifiable Jewish kids with the yarmulkes and the hats on their head. And clearly, this video that shows exactly what took place on the subway.
Mayor Adams called the incident a despicable act of hate and anti-Semitism. The Assistant Attorney General for Civil Rights at the U.S. Department of Justice says she will investigate.
800-848-9222. Dominic Carter here with you. Let's start with your telephone calls. We see all the calls coming in. Let's begin with Norman. We ended last night program with Norman. Let's start this program with Norman. What's on your mind, Norman?
Hey, Dominic. Okay, so now you asked where anti-Semitism comes from. I don't want to go into a long history lesson. I know you don't like that.
Yeah, I don't, because we have a lot of calls, so it's got to be quick.
I know.
Go ahead.
But basically, to sum it up, it comes from 2 specifics. Okay, America. I don't believe this is coming organically, intrinsically. Anti-Semitism does not come from America. What I was basically saying is America's history has been a wonderful and tolerant nation. George, this is the only nation where
I don't buy that, Norman. I don't buy that. I don't buy that at all. I mean, to say it doesn't come from America, look at what's happening in America.
Oh yeah, no, because what you're having is you're feeding in 2 particular sources. Islamic anti-Semitism, which has its roots in the Quran and the rejection of Jews of Allah, of Muhammad as a god, okay, as a representative of God. Now, Muslims take this to heart, that the Jews, rejected Muhammad.
I don't see the attacks, Norman, because in the interest of time, I got to move you along. I see attacks being done by black males, black American males,
who are ignorantly following a pattern that is coming from those specific sources. Okay, the specific sources of European anti-Semitism, where we killed Jesus. I mean, that was the original.
Norman, I'm lost. I'm sorry, I'm lost.
I get lost too, Dom. But my point is,
Norman, hold on a second. These are black males in urban areas. What do they know about a world stage?
What they know about is that in their mind, the Jews are cheating them, this is coming from traditional traditional European anti-Semitism. They're feeding off of. It's like it's a snowball going down a mountain. Okay, and they're picking up the crumbs and the pebbles of the snowball that started way back when in Europe. Okay, and they're going along with it. Okay, and that's what you have.
Norman, even though they can go to jail for a very long time for a hate crime.
Listen, you can't expect. Look, do urban black people in the hood, do they make good decisions? Do they ever make good decisions? So they don't. They make a bad decision on the Jew hating. It goes along with all the other bad decisions that they've made.
You got a point there to call it straight. Norman, quickly, your final thoughts, because I have to move on to other calls.
My final thoughts is it's going to get uglier and uglier. But, look, most white Christians and most Christians in America are not our enemy. Okay, most Christians in America are loving towards their Jewish brothers. They're loving towards their Muslim brothers. But unfortunately, their Muslim brothers are not loving back to them. But most Christians in America are loving, tolerant towards Jews. This is my allegation. This is what I'm finding, and that's it. It's these godless. These godless Antifa, progressives, liberals, leftists. This is where modern day anti-Semitism is coming for, and the crazy right. I mean, they do have crazy right people. I mean, there's no doubt there's a crazy right. That's I think anti-Semitism based more on racial things. They believe in soul purity.
Fair enough, Norman. Thank you for the call. So what I see, folks, in these two instances, the New York ones, I'm not talking about what happened in Australia. That's hateful, father and son, whatever. I see uneducated males that don't have too much going on with life and their lives lashing out at others. That's what I see. And each of these videos, these horrible videos in New York, just this week alone. Bill, line 5, Morristown. What's on your mind, Bill?
What's up, Big Dom? I just want to throw my 2 cents in there. I think Norman's onto something. I agree. I think a lot of it is the Antifa progressive left. They're right-wing groups as well, and I think historically this has always gone on.
Okay, wait. What do they got to do with the common brother on the corner? And I'm not saying all that you're going to these broad themes. I want to know why we saw what we saw on the train and in Crown Heights the last 48 to 72 hours.
Because I think people like to make scapegoats. Jews are a small minority. They were kept from doing jobs forever, went into finance. So the stereotype is that they're wealthy and they do well. People are uneducated. They're largely unskilled. Our school systems have failed everyone. And I think these people are just led astray. I don't want to say they're brainwashed, but they're kind of sort of manipulated by the social activist group on the corner who tells them the reason why they're down, they can't get anywhere, is because of the white man, because of the Jew. And I think that also helped. This isn't the primary or the only reason, but I think this has helped to create, Dominic, a lot of antagonism, a lot of resentment, a lot of hostility, and it's a generation or two in now because the school systems, a lot of these professors are teaching this type of thing, and I think it's a significant problem. I think it's going to get a lot worse, and I think it's going to metastasize to other cities in the country. We've seen this in Europe, Dom.
Yeah, I understand, but I'm not talking about Europe right now. I'm talking about what's happening, and thank you for the call. I'm talking about what's happening right here in America, what's happening right here in our own backyard of New York City, just this week alone. I get all the broad theories and the theories on an international and national stage. I'm talking about the anti-Semitism in New York City on a train where these black males that are in the video attack these two innocent Jewish men, grab one by the neck, I'm talking about the black male that stabs a Jewish man in Crown Heights, Brooklyn. And when you look at what happened to Yankel Rosenbaum going back to, 1991? I remember covering it well, being out in Crown Heights. How many times are we going to have to repeat the cycle and not learn from our errors? It is time for a break. I am coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Take my word for it. I live there. Come to Florida. Get pre-approved right now with my guy Michael Kotze. Call him at 561-441-2730. He's got Choice Mortgage and a great real estate team. Get pre-approved right now. Michael Kotze, 561-441-2730. Buy in Florida right now. Don't wait. Save money on state taxes. Make your move today with Choice Mortgage. Trust me, Florida is waiting. This guy's so good, he did my commercials in Florida too. Mike Kotze, 561-441-2730. All right.
Say hello to the all-new Alexa Plus and see how Alexa can do so much more for you. Need tickets to see your favorite artist? Craving your comfort restaurant? Just sit back, relax, and talk naturally. Alexa's on it. It learns your style, anticipates what's next, and makes it happen across Echo, Fire TV, and more. Learn more at Amazon.com/new Alexa.
Looking for the perfect gift? Blink has you covered. With a Blink security camera, you're giving the gift of peace of mind.
A camera? Isn't that hard for them to set up?
It's simple to install anywhere, and they'll always know what's happening at home.
Okay, that's actually perfect.
Perfect indeed. Give the gift of smart security with Blink so they can check in on home from anywhere this holiday season. Shop now at Amazon.com/Blink.
Introducing Meta Ray-Ban Display, the world's most advanced AI glasses. With a full color display built into the lens of the glasses, it's there when you need it and gone when you don't. Send and receive messages, translate or caption live conversations, collaborate with Meta AI, and more. Be one of the first to try Meta Ray-Ban Display. Visit meta.com/Meta Ray-Ban Display to book a demo and find your pair.
Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
And we are back. Congresswoman Arrogance, Ilhan Omar, still at it, still going after President Trump.
Oh, we are doctors, we are teachers, we are entrepreneurs, and we are elected representatives of our state. And so these vile comments and this sort of creepy obsession that that he has on me and Somali Americans really is dangerous, and it's beneath the office of the presidency.
You know what is beneath? You're a refugee. And through America's kindness, Congresswoman Arrogance, you come here. Don't get this thing twisted. I mean, she needs to be shown the door and her money frozen. Send her back home with nothing. Go be a rebel in the Somalian government. We'll see how long that lasts. I'm not going to advocate for violence, but we know how that'll end if you're sent back to Somalia. Cut it out with your arrogance. Who do you think you are? So we're talking about the issue of anti-Semitism, and I'm not interested in these broad international theories. I'm interested in why, on a local level, cities across America, you'll see people attack Jews, and Jews that are minding their business, not bothering anyone. That's what I want to know, why it's occurring. We can do another show for another day on an international theory. I'm trying to deal with the here and now, right here in our backyard. Let's see here. Let's go. The one thing I will say that I agree with, unfortunately, I think the problem's going to get a lot worse, unfortunately, especially under Mamdani. I really do. Because those that are not fans of the Jewish community feel that they have an ally in City Hall now. That's the truth. You can call it whatever you want, but that is the Truth. Let's go to Gerald, line 4, Rockland County, New York. What's on your mind, sir?
This is Joe from Rockland County. Is that what you mean?
Say that again, please.
My name is Joe from Rockland County.
Okay, well, it says on my screen,
fine.
Gerald. I don't know what happened. I apologize. Go ahead.
As somebody who wore a yarmulke in public school in the Bronx from the 60s through the early 70s, I can tell you that predators will attack when they think they can get away with it.
Hey, Gerald, let me ask you a question. I'm told that you confirmed twice your name is Gerald, and then you get on the air and you say it's Joe.
Gerald,
how does that happen?
Joe. I said Joe from Rockland County.
Okay, but they're telling me you said Gerald twice. Anyway, because I sound like a fool when I get it wrong. And it should never be wrong. So, folks, whatever. Hold on a second, Gerald. Folks, you got to make sure you give the right name so that we know we're talking to the right person. Gerald, if you want to hold, I'll come back to you in a few minutes because I've got to take a break. We're going to do exactly that. We are coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
I use Shipt same-day delivery to stay connected with my sister during the holidays. She lives across the country. Shipt has tons of stores to order from. Groceries from Albertsons, crafts from Michael's, even pet supplies from PetSmart. The list goes on. So when we have long-distance movie nights, I turn to Shipt to get face masks, snacks, and everything else we need delivered to her and to me same day. Download the app or visit Shipt.com. That's SHIPT.com.
This podcast is brought to you by Carvana. Carvana lets you buy your next car on your terms. Explore a massive inventory online, filter for what matters, and find your perfect match. Then choose delivery to your home or pick it up at one of Carvana's iconic car vending machines. Every car also comes with a 7-day money-back guarantee, so you can make sure it's the right fit. Buy your car on Carvana. Delivery or pickup fees may apply. Limitations and exclusions may apply. See our 7-day return policy at Carvana.com.
Carvana. Adobe Acrobat Studio, so brand new. Show me all the things PDFs can do. Do your work with ease and speed. PDF Spaces is all you need. Do hours of research in an instant with key insights from an AI assistant. Pick a template with a click. Now your prezzo looks super slick. Close that deal? Yeah, you won. Do that, doing that, did that, done. Now you can do that with Acrobat. Now you can do that with the all-new Acrobat. It's time to do your best work with the all-new Adobe Acrobat Studio.
Okay, only 10 more presents to wrap. You're almost at the finish line. But first... there, the last one. Enjoy a Coca-Cola for a pause that refreshes.
Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
And we are back. Okay, Joe in Rockland County. Go right ahead, Joe, line 4.
Okay, as someone who wore a yarmulke in public school in the Bronx from the mid to late 60s to the early 70s, I could tell you that predators attack people when they think they can get away with it, and they won't get hurt. And they perceive Jews as not being able to fight back. And in some cases, the administration openly said that they would not support a Jew in school.
Wait a minute. Whoa. You just said the administration said they won't support it. What are you talking about?
Oh, I'm sorry. In school.
I don't know your point of reference. You said the administration. What administration? What are you talking about?
I mentioned that I wore a yarmulke in school.
Joe, let me backtrack. I'm short on time with a million calls. We have to be concise. Everybody wants to get their 2 cents in. We heard you say what you went through in school when you wore a yarmulke in school. You just said the administration basically approved. What are you talking about? I don't know what you mean by that. What administration?
The school administration.
I can't hear you, Joe. Joe, I can't hear you. What administration?
I'm sorry.
Joe?
Yes, is this better?
Okay, what administration? What are you talking?
Administration of the school either was supported.
So you're saying the New York City school, Joe? I'm losing my patience, Joe.
Now.
You got to be able to get to your point.
Maybe it's different now. In those days, yes, the administration supported the anti-Semites. Absolutely.
I find that very hard to believe.
Well,
very
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I went through it. They went and they told my parents, if your son is going to be different, this is what he has to expect. Whether or not you want to believe that, I'm telling you that predators will attack when they think there are no consequences.
I believe you on the other part. I do not.
I'm sorry,
want to
that's what I went through. I could give you details, but
no, I don't have time for
time.
details. I don't have time for details. Thank you very much for the call, Joe. So, Matt Blaze, I want to ask you. First of all, a lot of comments overnight on my Twitter as it relates to you, right? And yes. So here's just one, right? Marianne Booton. Marianne says, yes, please tell Matt sending big hugs. Also, it's terrible that happened to him in reference to what you said last night. Despite that hatred, he turned out great. So you just heard Joe in Rockland County. Is it possible that a school system actually signed off on stuff like this?
Nah, I find that really hard to believe that a school system would advocate or let that happen knowingly. It doesn't make any kind of sense. But I appreciate people saying those things because I did see the everything that was going on online too, and I absolutely appreciate it. And it does, like I said, I didn't know it at the time, but it did stick with me for all those years until I was older and realized what was said to me and what it actually meant. I just thought the guy was calling me a name when I was at that moment and that I would get in trouble.
So when I know you thought you would get in trouble, which is so sad about it. When did you realize what the man had said to you? When did you understand it? At what age about?
I was probably like in my maybe late teens, early 20s, because I was thinking back at that time of where I lived and the people around there and the you know faces and names that you grew up with. And I was thinking back and I was like, oh yeah, this kid, his name, and I said, oh yeah, his father, he called me, and I remember the name, and because the reason was I just remember him like I said, he called me a Jew bastard, and I just bastard stuck in my head, and then when I thought of it, and he said, and I'm like, oh my God, that guy was against me from the start. And I kind of also remember faintly like my parents sort of saying about that guy that he was like, so your parents knew about him as well. Yeah, like I sort of kind of remember them not talking to me, but like amongst them with their other friends. Adults. Yeah, the adults, because we lived in a condominium complex and there was different buildings, and this guy and his family lived in a different building. So I just remember the people congregating around with my parents, their friends, and kind of saying something about that guy. And then it kind of, in my head, was like, yeah, I think that's what they were talking about. So Matt, I have a million calls. And, we thought that we would have plenty of time to flush this out. But, everybody wants to tell an 8-minute story, and we just don't have time like that. So I do want you to answer this for me. So you are, let's be straight, right? I call you a brother, because you're cool. Yeah. And that's a compliment. I realize that, Dominic. Yeah. Thank you.
So I want you to tell me before I move on, because it really pains me. First of all, the anti-Semitism is wrong. And I know I'm putting you on the spot. And anybody that knows me and you, we don't rehearse these topics. We do this stuff live. Why are these young brothers doing this to members of the Jewish community?
Because it's what they see. They see older people doing it. They see it in the media. They see the anti-Semitic hate. They see somebody that looks different, especially if you're Hasidic and you have a yarmulke and you have the hat, you have the curls, the beard. They just see that as different and as something they don't understand. And they think, That's silly. It's stupid. I don't think they think of it so much as religious or a religious thing. They just think, oh, you look funny.
Until they're in handcuffs.
Right. They're funny. Oh, they're Jewish. They look funny. They don't believe what we believe, so we're going to attack
the phenomenon that has me messed up, Blaze, right? They look funny. They look different, right? Isn't that the same thing that's said about black people?
Yeah, it is. And I remember at a time talking to my black friends, and we used to say to each other, wait a second, like Jews and blacks are like in the same boat. Well, how do they keep fighting each other? I never understood it, but I'm not, I grew up in the suburbs. You know that. So I grew up in a different type of an environment. I don't hate anybody. I don't care who you are, what, race, religion, color, ethnicity. I don't care. I accept everybody for who they are as people. But maybe I grew up in a different circumstance. If you grew up in a household where your parents, all they did was bash a certain ethnicity, then you're just going to learn that too. And they always say racism is learned behavior. If you watch little kids, they all play with each other. They don't know anything about racism. Babies, they play with each other. And it's a learned behavior. You learn to hate because you hear maybe what somebody else thinks, which is misinformation or misconception. They don't know. We talked about it being a jealousy issue, that they might be jealous. It could be a gazillion different things like along those lines, but mostly it's misinformation, misunderstanding, learned behavior from parents or other people on the street that they associate with.
Fair
they're
enough,
bad.
Matt Blaze. Thank you very much. I may bring you back in the conversation based on what the callers bring up. Let's go to Lance, line 5 in Delaware, New Jersey, it says here. Lance, what's on your mind? Okay, Lance, you're listening to the radio. You just missed your slot because you're listening to the delay. Lance is done. Let's go to Pat, New Jersey. Pat, what's on your mind?
Dominic, I wanted to weigh in about this anti-Semitism. I have a specialist who is Jewish, and his parents were with friends on the Achille Lauro when it was stormed, and they were going to make a play on Broadway, Klinghoffer. And I said to him, I don't understand why have we not learned from the past. He said anti-Semitism never went away. It just buries for a while and it resurfaces again.
Right. You know what, Pat? Now that is true, if we're being honest. But why is it resurfacing in your opinion?
I don't know. And it's very frightening because it's as though it's a disease that never goes away. There's never a cure for it. It just resurfaces.
Is it, Pat, before no. You're doing wonderful, Pat. I'm sitting here. If there's a second without air, it's because I'm sitting here trying to process. I'm really trying to process what you folks are saying. Is it because of these college protests for the Palestinian cause, whatever? But even then, I don't understand because Israel was attacked on October 7th. I mean, is it these college protests?
I'm thinking about something Matt Blaze said. Matt Blaze, right? When
yes,
said,
he's on the air right now.
Learned. It's something that if you're surrounded by an environment, you become part of it. You become caught up. If it's acceptable to you, this is my belief, how it's spreading, and it's perhaps never going to go away. Perhaps this doctor was right. It's never going to go away.
You think it's just, Pat, this is Matt Blaze, do you think it's just because people see different people and they just don't like them just because they're different?
It could be no understanding, lack of any kind of knowledge or understanding. For me, I remember learning this history in school.
But where I'm confused, and Pat, thank you for the call. Let's go to Chris in Albany, New York. Where I'm confused, Matt Blaze, let's go ahead and bring Chris in. Where I'm confused, I wasn't brought up in a household that said, go out and hate Jewish people, go out and hate white people. Now, I was brought up in a household raised by all women. I was always told that as a black man that I would have to work 2 to 3 times harder than anyone else. And that was done in a productive way. And so I accepted that. But anyway, do we still have Chris in Albany, New York? Okay, Chris is gone here. Let's go to, let's see. Let's go to Kurt, line 3, Staten Island. Kurt, what's on your mind?
Hi, Dominic. I was my whole question. The thing is, why are Jews so hated? I don't understand. All right, let me tell you something. I have relations with Jewish. I worked for them. They were the best people that I ever worked for.
I agree, Kurt. You just said what I didn't put on the table. I agree with you 1,000%. 1,000%. So I'm really at a loss of words, and this is why we did it for a second night. So I've worked with Matt Blaze for a couple of years. He's never once shared with me the incident, and I'm sure because you, as a grown man, Matt, you move on. But you never shared that with me once, what this man said to you.
No, I mean, obviously we're talking about anti-Semitism, and when the subject's brought up, that's what I think of, that I experienced it in my life directly as a little kid, never as an adult. I just knew, even as a kid, I was Jewish, and it was looked upon as we're just different, not bad, not worse, just different, because most people were Christian, Catholic, everything was about Christmas, nothing was ever about Hanukkah. At least that's when I grew up, it was like that. And then I went to Hebrew school.
And Dominic, and another thing is, I've worked for Orthodox Jewish people and unorthodox, and they always treated you well. They treated me well.
I have the same experience, Kurt. Thank you for the call. I have the same exact experience as you do. Let's go here. Let's see. Let's go to Ed in Evansville, Indiana. Ed, what's on your mind?
Hey, Dominic, did you ever see that commercial on TV about here's 2 places that it doesn't matter who you are or what you are, and it shows 2 babies in the crib, and then it shows all the life they go through and frustration and racism and hatred and all this the Nazism and all that, all the signage, and then they go, here's the other place, and then they're finally buried side by side. That's like how it is in life. And that one that really captured that one commercial. Anyhow, I'm married to a Jewish woman and have a 19-year-old daughter who's come home to see her 100-year-old grandmother on Long Island, and I worry about her, man. And you know what it is? It really is, because I've had to bite my tongue over the years working on the borders in New York City. It's economic, man. It's a learned hatred between one group of have and have-nots, and that's what it boils down to.
I hear you, Ed, but and this is why I'm having such a hard time, and I've got to take a break. Thank you for the call, Ed, Indiana. I don't know anybody, I hope I don't, that says, you hate this group, you like that group, you hate this. I got to take a break. We're coming right back. I'm going to do another small segment, and then we're coming right back with more of your telephone calls.
The Dominic Carter Show
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
This episode is brought to you by McAfee.
I got a message that our flight was canceled. But they can put us on another flight, and we just need to confirm our credit card info.
Wait, I got a security alert from McAfee. It flagged that message as a scam.
McAfee's scam detector automatically spots and alerts you to suspicious texts, emails, and deepfake videos. Learn more at McAfee.com/online protection.
This is Charlie. He's my part rescue dog, part whirlwind. Half of his breakfast always ends up on the floor. And he leaves fur everywhere. That's why I grabbed the Bissell Power Clean Fur Finder. It's cordless, powerful, and actually finds fur you don't even see. If you've got a pet like Charlie, you've got fur everywhere. The Power Clean Fur Finder gets that. Discover how Power Clean Fur Finder makes pet cleanups effortless at Bissell.com.
Hi, it's Eva Longoria, and let's be real. After 40, we should ask for more from our skincare. I swear by Revitalift Triple Power Moisturizer by L'Oreal Paris. With vitamin C, pro-retinol, and hyaluronic acid, it reduces my wrinkles, firms, and brightens. And it's not a procedure. It's just a hard-working moisturizer.
Revitalift Triple Power Moisturizer by L'Oreal Paris. Grab it today in fragrance-free or with SPF 30. Available at your local Walmart.
¿Hablas español?
Sprichst du Deutsch?
Komm du noch?
If you used Babbel, you would. Babbel's conversation-based techniques teaches you useful words and phrases to get you speaking quickly about the things you actually talk about in the real world, with lessons handcrafted by over 200 language experts and voiced by real native speakers. Babbel is like having a private tutor in your pocket. Start speaking with Babbel today. Get up to 55% off your Babbel subscription right now at babbel.com/Spotify. Spelled BABBEL.com/Spotify. Rules and restrictions may apply.
Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
I am looking at my email right now, and one just came in from Michael, and it says blacks and Jews. And I'm sorry, Michael, but the jealousy is oozing off the page. And this is how it starts out. The Jews came into Crown Heights ghetto style and took over Crown Heights. And as they took over Crown Heights, they went and bought real estate, displacing a lot of black families. He meant to say families. He says family. So, Michael, I don't know. I've always felt that I'm responsible for me, my family, my grandkids, something I talk about a lot, generational wealth. I'm not saying I buy into your argument, but let's say that happened. Whose fault is that? If the black community did not purchase the real estate and did not understand the value of the real estate and did not put themselves in a position to qualify for mortgages, then whose fault is that? That's not somebody else's fault. That means it's time to look in the mirror at the black community, at the black men of the black community. This may sound sexist, not necessarily the women, at the men. If that's the case, and I don't buy it, how do you just let somebody come in and take over your neighborhood? You should own those apartments. You should own that real estate. You should own the stores. And if you don't hate on the next man because they're in a position to do so. Let's go to Rebecca, line 4, Brooklyn. Rebecca, what's on your mind?
Hi, Dominic. Thanks for taking my call. First of all, to Michael, who just said that Jews displaced blacks in Crown Heights, that is a lie.
I agree with you.
And first of all, nobody displaced or displaces anybody. Anyone who wants it or wants to buy a house offers people, homeowners, a nice amount of money to buy their homes. And they can choose to decline, which many, many do. I personally know of quite a few who were offered unbelievably incredible amounts of money for their property, for their homes, and they said they want to stay. Nobody forces anybody.
You're
That's
right.
a ridiculous, exaggerated lie.
You're correct.
And what I called originally for was that we have a much greater global problem than just regular anti-Semitism, and we have to call it what it is, and it is radical Islamic terrorism. Now, yes, anti-Semitism has always been around, and you ask why. How can one explain or translate irrationality? The Jews we're peaceful, honest. We abide by the Ten Commandments. Mostly are not murderers.
You're correct.
I mean, and to one of I forgot who somebody called and said it's about the haves and the have-nots. That's not true. You know how many Jews that I know of are impoverished? There are, you have wealthy, you have and have-nots in all walks of life. This is an ongoing discrepancy, which I would hope to said like that's not the case at all. I know that people think Jews have. It's ridiculous. It's utter lies. And I would like everyone to start calling out what it is. It's radical Islamic terrorism, and yes, it's going to start with the Jews, but it's not about the Jews. The Jews will be used as scapegoats in all these horrific murders, but it's about everybody who's not Muslim. And I want President Trump to say it. He hasn't said it. I want everyone to start saying it, because that's what it is.
Well, Rebecca, you are the call of the night. You have made the most sense of every call that has come in. Thank you so much. Matt Blaze, we don't have time, but I want you to think about this, because tomorrow I'm going to ask you this question. If you could see that bigot today, what would you say to him? I want your answer. We're going to move on, but I want to know, we're going to move on to other topics. I'll be back, folks, 3 p.m. Eastern.
Thanks for listening to The Dominic Carter Show. You can hear The Dominic Carter Show weekdays at 3 p.m. and Monday through Thursday at midnight and Sunday starting at 11 p.m. on 77 WABC. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode, so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?
Take my word for it. I live there. Come to Florida. Get pre-approved right now with my guy Michael Kotze. Call him at 561-441-2730. He's got Choice Mortgage and a great real estate team. Get pre-approved right now. Michael Kotze, 561-441-2730. Buy in Florida right now. Don't wait. Save money on state taxes. Make your move today with Choice Mortgage. Trust me, Florida is waiting. This guy's so good, he did my commercials in Florida too. Mike Kotze, 561-441-2730. A ride.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here for Mint Mobile. One of the perks about having 4 kids that you know about is actually getting a direct line to the big man up north. Mm-hmm. And this year, he wants you to know the best gift that you can give someone is the gift of Mint Mobile's unlimited wireless for $15 a month. Now, you don't even need to wrap it. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.